guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today is August 2nd, and I'm actually on my way to this week's group ride. I took an hour off from work this afternoon so I could get home in time, get all my gear put together, get the bike in the back of the truck, and I'm headed up to the Team Placid group ride, which is the team that I ride with and I race for here in New York. The team is based up out of Lake Placid, and I live about an hour from there. So typically to make the group rides, I have to usually, get out of work an hour earlier, so just to make sure I got time to get home and get everything ready and get up here to the ride. Nothing worse than having to rush around to go on the ride. So ride starts at 6 o'clock. It's about 4:30. Should be there in plenty of time. Perfect weather tonight to ride. Temperatures are actually in the low 80s. Got partly cloudy skies. Hopefully a lot of guys in the team and a lot of the guys and gals are going to be showing up there tonight. Usually every week's a really awesome ride, fun time, and a great way to test your fitness. We got some strong riders in our team, and they challenge me and tear my legs off every week, and I can't get enough of it. So heading up to the ride tonight. I do have my GoPro with me, so I'll be throwing that one on the bike. I probably won't be able to do as much with the cameras tonight, just because these group rides are kind of intense, and I have all I can do without any camera responsibilities, just to stay with the guys up front. So, but I will try to get you guys some footage, and hopefully I can put that in here, in this video here. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll see you out on the ride. Alright guys, now here we are, just starting out the group ride. Now we're only a few minutes into the ride here, and what I wanted to do here is just kind of voice over after the fact, and just kind of go over with you some of my thought processes and some of my tactics and strategies for when I'm riding in a group or in a pace line. And I want to gear this video more or less for people who might not completely understand, just how much tactics and strategy goes into cycling. Now, again, here we're just warming up. We're only about 5 minutes into the ride, just getting our legs under us. And myself and a couple of guys here on the team we're a little bit behind a different group of 3 or 4 guys that are just a little bit ahead. But we're just warming up here, and as you can see there, I ride on the hoods a lot, especially when I'm warming up, or when the pressure really isn't on hardcore in the group. A lot of times I'll have my hands up on the hoods, and I'm just real comfortable riding that way. And okay, here we're jumping ahead a few minutes now. We've pretty much gone through the warm-up. Now this is still pretty early on in our group ride, and as you can see here, the pace has quickened up, and we're getting into pretty much our first hard effort of our group ride. We're probably maybe 4 or 5 miles in, and things are going to start getting intense here. And what I wanted to do is just kind of show you guys a little bit about what I'm thinking when I'm in the group. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to stay on that wheel in front of me. That's my buddy Dave, real strong rider on the team, and I'm just staying behind him here at this point. Now, one thing that I've noticed myself here from riding in the groups is, I'm a smaller guy. I'm just a hair over 130 pounds, and I have to pretty much stay in the pack on these flats. And we right there we just got to a short little kicker, and as you can see, everybody kind of got out of the saddle, got under the pressure there of the hill, and now I'm starting to work at this point in the ride. It might be a little bit deceiving here with the video, but you know, we're not going full bore, but you know, we got a pretty good pace going, and we're getting into, like I said, you know, that real first hard effort of our group ride. Now again, as you can see here, I'm just staying in line. Everybody here at this point is just staying pretty much single file, working the draft, and that's a very important thing when you're in a group ride, is especially for, you know, a smaller guy like me who doesn't have a ton of power. You know, I'm always looking to stay in the draft and use that to my advantage. Now we're coming up to a pretty good descent here coming up. Now you saw right there me shoot out to the left, and I came back in line. What I'm doing there is I'm just kind of checking the road ahead of me, seeing what's coming ahead of me. Now I don't, like I said, I don't live in this area that I'm riding in tonight. Although I have been on several group rides, I'm still not 100% comfortable and familiar with all the roads, nooks and crannies. So every now and then you'll see me just kind of jump out to the left or right, and I'm just kind of seeing what's down the road ahead of me, so I'll know what I have coming up down the road. Now again, we're just staying single file here. I'm tucked in here behind Dave. I'm probably, I think I'm last in line. Maybe one guy, I think there's one guy behind me. I think Scott was actually behind me at this point. So I'm probably 5th or 6th in line here. And pressure starting to get put on here a little bit. Now I'm working at this point. I'm really working, staying in the draft. I'm in an aero tuck position most of the time, down in the drops, trying to keep myself as aero and tucked in as possible. Now you'll see every once in a while there, you'll see Dave kind of let off the like right there, he just let off the gas a little bit. Now what he's doing there is, when you're drafting, is that wind is sucking you up to that guy in front of you. So it really allows you to save a lot of energy, as opposed to if you were breaking the wind by yourself. Now right there, Dave was just pointing out some road debris. Now it's very common that guys will, you know, call out, you know, safety concerns with hand signals. That's a very important thing when you're group riding. Keep everybody safe, because as you can see from this view here, you know, I can't see, you know, much up in front of me. So you're putting a lot of trust in the guys that are in front of you, and you really want to, in a group ride dynamic, you really want to stay tucked in and conserve as much energy as possible, because as you'll see here in a few minutes, we're going to get to a pretty intense portion here of the ride. Now again, the pressure's on here at this point. I'm working, everybody's working, and they're starting to throw the hammer down here a little bit. Now we're coming up to that descent, I believe, here pretty soon. And then after that, we get a pretty good little kicker hill where everybody attacks. Okay, now you see here, everybody's still single file. I'm just tucked in here behind Dave. We're running along, we're probably running along mid-20s right here, I think. If I remember right, we were mid-20s here. So, riding real hard. I think Bill or Jim was up at the front, pulling us along. Two very strong riders. Still amazes me how fast those guys can go in the flats. See Dave there taking a little drink off the water bottle, keeping himself hydrated. Another big factor is keeping yourself hydrated when you're on these group rides. It's real easy to get zoned in and to forget to keep drinking, keep eating. Now here comes that downhill I was telling you about. See Dave tucking in there, aero position. I'm doing the same behind him. And right here, we're really cooking along. We're in the mid-30s at this point, probably touching 40 miles per hour. Now you can see here, the draft is sucking me right up to Dave. I'm not even pedaling at this point. The draft is just actually braked right there. I had to brake because the draft was just sucking me right up to the front there. And as you can see there, I'm probably, 5th in line. Jump back in behind Dave, trying to draft as much as I can, just conserving energy. And, you know, we're riding hard right now. Now we're getting to a difficult uphill portion where everybody really attacks and challenges each other. I know that's coming, so I'm trying to do my best to save as much energy as possible. Now you saw that red car go go by us there. Another thing that we'll do on group rides, that's very common practice, is if you're the last guy or you're towards the back and you hear a car coming up behind you, we'll yell car back. This way here, it goes up through the pace line, and so guys know that a car's coming and they can adjust their lines or do what they need to do to get over to the side of the road to stay safe. Safety is the number one most important thing in a group ride. Okay, and I see here I'm working the shifters here a little bit, getting ready. And here we go, we're onto that hill. And Dave here kicks out to the left. He's going to make a move. I'm staying right on his wheel. Now I see Jim there in the middle. He's a very strong rider. I sensed that Jim was going to get a lead here, so I wanted to get right up on Jim's wheel. Now he's really gunning for it. Now as you can hear, I'm really laboring. I mean, I'm full gas right here, doing everything I can to hang on Jim's wheel. Jim is a very strong rider, and I'm just basically pedaling for all I'm worth, just focus on his rear wheel, trying to stay there. Now we've crested the hill and we're back onto the flat portion here, and Jim, you see, he's going down through the gears, getting bigger gears, and I'm still pedaling flat out to try to stay with him. And we've got our first break here, our first regrouping section coming up. But I just wanted to kind of go over with you guys a little bit of the dynamics that are involved and the strategy that goes into group riding. See, Jim here has still got the hammer down, and I'm still full gas at this point, just doing everything I can to stay with Jim's wheel. If I was to fall back, 10, 15 meters, I would no doubt fall completely off him. The draft is just so pivotal, especially for me, trying to hang with a strong rider like Jim, who can just really put the hammer down. I just have to lock onto that wheel and use the draft. You can see the intersection there up ahead of us. That's the end of this segment, and we're going to regroup here and restage before the next section. But I just wanted to, like I said, kind of narrate this after the fact, kind of go over some things I was thinking about in the group ride, and in the pace line, and some things that I think are important, and some things that I try to use to my advantage, being a smaller guy. And boy, Jim's still going hard here, and he's finally easing off the gas here a little bit. And as you can hear, I'm really huffing and puffing. Very hard segment there, and as you can see here, we'll this is where we stage up, and we'll get back at the rest of the ride. So alright guys, just wanted to walk you through that segment, and we'll see you on the rest of the ride. Alright guys, and now we're just gonna show you a little bit of the remainder of the ride here. We ended up going about 40 miles is our typical Tuesday night group ride route. Had a great ride with the guys. You probably saw in the video there with Jim. Him and Bill were on their time trial bikes tonight because they've got the New York State Time Trial Championships coming up this weekend. So wishing those two guys luck. Very strong riders, very strong time trial riders, and I'm sure they're going to do very good and make the team proud. So they were on their time trial bikes tonight. Here I am, just a shot of me enjoying the ride. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the vlog here tonight, coming along with the ride with us, and I'll see you guys on another group ride here pretty soon. Alright guys, I just wanted to check in with you here following the group ride. We just finished up and we did our typical 40-mile loop, and we got in just under 2 hours, and of course that's with 4 or 5 regroupings throughout the ride. So always a pleasure getting out with the guys. It's great riding with guys who are stronger than you, because it pushes you to ride harder, and it's awesome training. So had a really good time. Thank you guys for tuning into the vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.